Hello and welcome to EUFOREA TV Breaking News. My name is Dr. David Bull. I'm a medical journalist and I'm delighted to be your host for this, our second show of September 2020. Since the might of Sanofi and Regeneron joined forces, today we're celebrating the extraordinary partnership and collaboration between them. And we'll hear more about the latest developments in the field of type 2 inflammation of the airways. In a minute, I'll be talking to Dr. Paul Rowe from Sanofi and Dr. Yamo Deniz from Regeneron about why the partnership has proved so successful, not just in terms of products, but also in terms of education and advocacy. To start the ball rolling, we head live to the east coast of the United States, where Dr. Paul Rowe from Sanofi is standing by. Now, Dr. Rowe is Vice President of Global Medical Immunology at Sanofi Enzyme and has over a decade of research experience spanning preclinical to late-phase drug development programs, primarily in respiratory medicine. Dr. Rowe, it's fantastic to see you. Tell me, what is the overall mission of Sanofi and what particular ambition does Sanofi have in the respiratory field?
Thank you for having me. Well, at Sanofi and Sanofi Enzyme, we're truly committed to respiratory diseases. As you know, Sanofi Enzyme is the specialty care global business unit of Sanofi, and we're focused on rare diseases, rare blood disorders, MS, oncology, and immunology. It's our goal to help people with debilitating and complex conditions that are often difficult to diagnose and treat. We're also dedicated to discovering and advancing new therapies, providing hope to patients and their families around the world. Respiratory is actually housed within immunology, and immunology is truly a strong area of growth for us and one in which we hope to make a significant impact on the lives of patients. In collaboration with Regeneron, we actually launched the first-in-class treatment for 3 chronic and difficult-to-treat diseases driven by underlying type 2 inflammation. 2 of those 3 indications are respiratory-related. The first being adults and adolescents with moderate to severe asthma, and the second being adults with severe chronic rhinosinusitis with nasal polyposis, also known as CRS with MP. In addition to those 2 indications that I mentioned, our pipeline actually also includes other allergic and respiratory diseases, including COPD and food allergies. So we are currently truly committed to respiratory, but we're also looking to the future to expand our respiratory footprint.
Well, it sounds like you have quite a portfolio there. Tell me, what is the latest news or exciting developments within Sanofi?
So we have a lot of exciting news. I think the first one I'll share with you is news that's related to our collaboration with Regeneron again. We recently announced positive results from Part A of a pivotal phase 3 trial for eosinophilic esophagitis in patients 12 years and older. The trial actually met both of its co-primary endpoints as well as key secondary endpoints. And then for news specific to Sanofi, we actually recently acquired Principia Biopharma. And our decision to acquire Principia Biopharma really furthers our play-to-win strategy in a number of ways.
Well, one question that I'm very keen to ask is, how does your team evaluate the future of one particular molecule, that one called dupilumab in type 2 inflammation?
Our strategy in this regard is very simple, actually, and it's really prioritizing type 2 indications for dupilumab. We use a fully integrative team approach. Now, I represent the medical arm of our organization, but we have multiple groups that work together in a teamwork approach to further the development of the product that you mentioned.
Well, it sounds like the future is very bright indeed. Dr. Rowe, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, let's hear now from the other side of the partnership. I'm absolutely delighted that we're now joined by Dr. Yamo Deniz from Regeneron, also live from the east coast of the United States. Now, Yamo is Global Head of Medical Immunology at Regeneron. He's an allergist and immunologist with global biotech and pharma R&D experience in phase 1 to 4 therapeutics, as well as in vivo and in vitro diagnostics. Yamo, fantastic to see you. Let me start by asking you, why do you think the tandem Regeneron and Sanofi partnership is, well, so successful?
David, thank you very much, first of all, for giving us the opportunity to speak with you and also your audience. I think reflecting on drug development and also reflecting on this alliance with Regeneron and Sanofi. It is truly an alliance that would bring synergy together in the sense of Regeneron being very science-focused, research and development focused, coming together with a company that has a global footprint and great expertise and experience to run the appropriate trials in order to develop, in this case, dupilumab, and making it available to patients worldwide. And so this alliance, to me, represents a great example how two companies can actually combine forces to very quickly but methodically have a development program that covers globally sites that can enroll the patients in which there is an unmet need in the diseases of interest, and then bringing it to the finish line in terms of a very robust package that can be presented to health authorities worldwide.
Tell me, from Regeneron's point of view, what is the breaking news from your end?
So dupilumab, as you may know, has already been approved for atopic dermatitis, for asthma, moderate to severe asthma, and then also recently for CRS with NP, so chronic rhinosinusitis with nasal polyposis, both in the US and also in Europe and other countries. When thinking about the mechanism of action of dupilumab and its impact on both central and key mediators in the allergic cascade, we have been very keen in better understanding its potential in other diseases. So to that end, we are now looking at the younger patient population. For example, we recently got the approval in atopic dermatitis in children as young as 6 to 11. We are finishing our trials in asthma, also in the younger patient populations, and we are also looking at additional indications in which we believe that given its mechanism of blocking the IL-4, IL-13, as I said, very key and central mediators in the allergic cascade, we are looking therefore at both eosinophilic esophagitis, which is in phase 3, in bullous pemphigoid diseases, in chronic rhinosinusitis, in prurigo modularis, COPD, as well as food and environmental allergies.
I mean, many congratulations. You know, clearly this is a huge breakthrough in many ways. I know you're also keen to talk about inflammation in type 2 as well.
Yes, type 2, as an allergist immunologist, and as I think about what are some of the root causes of these type 2 inflammatory diseases, and what is the role of a potential drug such as dupilumab or other drugs that we work on within Regeneron, how can we not only treat, and I've given you a long list of those indications that are currently being studied and we are enrolling in, but how can we actually get to the root cause of this allergic cascade as described in the field? And by that I mean, if we were to treat earlier, dupilumab has proven to be much very safe and also efficacious. And therefore, if we were to treat much earlier in the disease process in younger children, could we actually change the progression or modify the disease itself?
Well, I wish you the very best of luck with that. Thank you very much indeed, Dr. Deniz. My
pleasure, and thank you again for having me.
That's it for now. It has been truly amazing to hear about this powerful partnership between Sanofi and Regeneron and to hear quite how much it has achieved. Now, don't forget you can find more information and also register for the EUFOREA meetings on the euphorea.eu website, where you can also sign up to receive the latest news via email. And you can also follow us on Twitter. Our address is @EUFOREA. But that is it for the moment. See you soon, and thanks for watching.